Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Contentment. A poem by Mustafa Hamam, translated by Ahmed Saad al-Azhari. Life has taught me to receive with grace its ups and downs, to be content with its pace. I found that contentment eases my burden some days and veils past tragedies from corrupting my future ways. Among those graced with contentment you will never find one who is lost in blame or envy's ugly mind. I'm content with all that God has decreed and raised to Him my immense praise indeed. I accept people of every kind and race, whether mean or noble, I surely embrace. Fearless of the cunning, his harm or his evil way, and asking of the noble nothing in life's short stay. God has expanded wide my chest and my heart, that love and gentleness do not from them depart. My heart is a place for every guest to resort, be it a heavy guest or one whose visit is short. Mistaken is he who takes contentment as a sign of weakness on my part or of moral decline. For contentment is a blessing from God the Most High, with it He graced a few, they are beloved and nigh. It is a proof of innocence, indeed, a clear sign of belief in Allah's ultimate support that brings victory and relief. Life taught me that it has two flavors combined, with its bitterness, sweetness is intertwined. Thus tamed myself to both and opened my heart to change, and saw its trials and play as no more strange. For surely all humans shall drink some day life's bitter and sweet cups in its long inevitable fray. We are like a pasture, it dies after it has grown green. We are like a star, it fades after being bright and pristine. We are like the wind, fiercely blowing, then gentle breeze. We are like the rain, at times withholding and at times with ease. We are like conjecture, at times false and at times concrete. Or we are like fortune, sometimes a failure and sometimes a feat. Sometimes life reveals to relax my weary soul ironies one by one in people's lifelong brawl. I take them a reminder, a lesson of wisdom clear, but others see them a trouble that brings sadness and fear. Alas! They have deluded themselves and went with that astray. They do have sight and mind, but have lost them to decay. They worship status and wealth and seek name and fame, and physical beauty is what they adore without shame. For them, a wordsmith devoid of wealth and stature is only a loquacious man full of nomenclature. While the cruel for whom status and money are at hand is far better well placed to be in the guided band. And if they see a woman lushing with beauty and youth, they bow down singing the song of physical truth, and recite the verse of love and shun the hymn of grace, and abandon the Quran and the Gospel in their space. And they become disenchanted from God's mighty reward, for man is prone to haste and to easily get bored. A disease that has in villages and cities now has spread. Whether young or old, their hearts have become dead. And if you stand to remind of virtues or God's clear word, they say you are not God sent, no, you are our Lord. How awful of man to deny the sure judgment day, and fear not the heavy reckoning when faces turn grey. Most people judge others with views harshly unfair, and see them with a dark lens and a gloomy lowly stare. Many a time they have called the stingy a generous man, and called the generous one Mr. Scrooge's best fan. They extend their charity to the one who ceaselessly demands, and neglect the needy one who is shy to extend his hands. They would accuse a lady who is pure and chaste, and yet elevate a prostitute to a great saintly state. How often a man loses his hands in a wrongful case, while a professional thief enjoys praise and place. One prisoner in torment and days of hell and pain, and another enjoying his time without a single stain. Those who imitate the West, they do it without a clue, such that it becomes ugly with all the harm they do. We've taken their bad qualities and adopted their dirty side, and from the good traits we have taken a long stride. When the 1st of April became a day for a lie, we colored our whole life with such a hateful dye. And when they spread abomination in bulk and wholesale, we filled its gaps and taught its every detail. Life taught me that love is a flood with its might and speed. Who can obstruct its marsh? No one can succeed. Then life said, but good, despite trouble, in every corner remains. Well, goodness is truly the default in life's vast plains. If evil in your eyes appears to have a trail, be hopeful, for Allah likes not those who bewail. A fight between the two shall thus forever endure. From one generation to another, we see this mature. And days will show two colors as long as people strive, and taken both by hands, they move and always thrive. For if the past was a trouble, today's your lucky day, and a man of riches in the past becomes the present's prey. Another on the edge of death would stand safe and fit, and once a strong chap would fall in illness pit. You see a hungry man wishing for a long life, and a fully satiated one praying for death's knife. And we will always see an Abel killed by a Cain, thus the cycle of life and its unending bane. The song of peace continues to be sung by murderous warlords, while spreading destruction they play its soothing chords. And human rights reduced to a painting on display, drawn by a fraudster who deserves but dismay. To these living images when I glance or gaze, I fear of losing my sanity in this fateful maze. My friend turned and said, why do you now complain? Did you not promise once by contentment to remain? As for my personal wounds, with contentment cured, my wholesomeness complete and inner peace restored. But silence about my people's pains and ills is such an ugly trait that not in me it dwells. For a nation that has reared my heart and shaped my make, corrupted character and value both I cannot take. I cannot live with envy and strife tearing us all apart, or dwell with laziness and humiliation invading every heart. Dignity and glory for my people is what I want and aim for, and a sword raised against enemies to keep them off the shore. Life has taught me that if I only live for myself and gains, I live a despicable life in shame and weakness chains. And life taught me that the more I learn and know, I realize how much more I need to learn and grow. Thank you.